We have supplies, the Gorilla Tape, pencil, rubber cement, a sponge with a needle in it, another pokey thing, the thin wire, 18 to 20 gauge, an X-Acto, scissors, sharpener, and paper. So let's get started. Put them all in here. And we're going to want to make the entire thing about this high, at the most. Smaller is even better, to fit it in the frame and everything. Here's a different one I made. She's a little taller. We'll keep her small. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is draw the face. The eyes go somewhere there, the nose there, in the middle. And, do your own style, of course. This is where you put yourself into it. Then you know how you like to draw your people, your characters. We will do Photoshop later. The hard thing is side. For me, profiles are not as easy. So the side, your head goes back a little bit more, and the chin comes down to here like this, right? It'll be separate. So we'll go over that and make it look better, and we'll take it to Photoshop. Okay, now we have the head, which is about that big, and we're going to start making body parts. Let's start with the neck and shoulders. So the shoulders, we need a little part that comes out like that we're going to hook on. Here's the neck, put the head over that. The shoulders come out like this, so we can hook on the arm to it. And then, see how I made it kind of big. Make it a little smaller. Come down, and it will be here where you're going to hook on the waist, if you choose to. You can make that smaller. She's going to end up pretty tall. That's okay. And then together there later, and then the hand, we'll put the hand here, we'll put the hand over here, a little place to hook on, and just kind of whatever kind of a hand, she's kind of has her hand a little bit closed, we'll say, and then that's going to hook on there, and then the torso will be here, but I drew that, so we're going to have a place to hook it, and you can kind of make a butt if you want. So you can move. And then we need the legs. We'll do it here just to make it easier. The thigh. I like to make kind of a generous thigh because most real people have thighs like that. And then we'll be making a part where that's going to go together. You can still see this. The calf. It's going to hook to the foot. And the foot is going to look something like from the front. Never my best thing. Okay, so those are one side. We're going to cut these out. And then we'll trace over these again so we can make multiples for the other side. So this is how it'll fit together. The best part is how it moves just like a human once we do. Okay, that's the cutting out part. Now we'll get to the hinging. For the hinging, we'll need this tape. I've started using the Gorilla Tape and the wire. I believe it's 18 to 20 gauge. What I do is I pull off a strip of this, cut it. This really messes with your scissors. I'm not gonna lie. And then cut this down the middle, which is easier said than done, because it's nice and sticky, which we like, but I use the edge of the table. You can also use this so you can see it better. Cut these that I've cut in half, cut them again. These are going to be what you hinge the little wire on with. And then we'll also cut some wire. Again, not exact, not too short, not too long. This one. Okay. That turns magnetic. So we'll start. And this is our pin cushion. I saw this in a video, I really liked it. And we can use a needle or this pokey thing. This pokey thing is easy to use, but it's kind of fat, and then this spins around. So let's try the needle first. It depends on the paper. So let's do the shoulder, okay? This is all clearly visible to you. We're gonna have the shoulder in front, and of course we can erase first. I don't mind if there are pencil marks too. It's all part of the world, whatever you choose. If you want to make it pristine, if you want to make it rustic, whatever you do, just keep it uniformly that way, and your audience it'll be invisible to them. I kind of like to have a little bit of mess to it, because that way, if there's something wrong somewhere, the audience will think, oh, that's just part of the world. So when we do this over, you see it's overlapped. With the side that's showing, you want to put the tape on that side, because you don't want to poke through there. So take a piece of tape, take a little piece of wire, and I'm going to fold it into a little L like this, with the L part being smaller than this, okay? And then I'm going to put this piece of tape over the L, which is sometimes easier said than done. And then we'll take the arm part, and you can always double like this, flip it over, just to check, because you don't know how many times I've done it wrong. It's easy to do. And then I kind of press it, look at here, and see where is this little poke coming from, and where will it look most normal. I made it kind of high, but we'll deal with that. Take the needle, make it too high, sometimes it breaks through. And I'm going to take this. It's easier if you poke through the way you're going, because it's a little bit resistant there. Poke through like this. See, that's pretty good. It's a little bit out, should have been up more. And then you flip it over. It's a little tricky bit. Then you kind of press down as you spin it around to make a coil. And this will hold it in place without making it slip through. Keep that circle flat. You can see that? Keep that flat. And there you go. And this is so much fun. Look at that. And if you do it and you don't want to redo that, you can always trim this down a little bit just to make it blend better. Trace over now. You saw how we did one. And we'll trace over these to get duplicates, okay? Forearm is going to go here. So we're going to flip it over because we don't want the wire to show. We're going to make a little L and put the tape over the L. If the tape shows over the side, don't worry about it. You can just cut it. It's a teeny tiny. You just trim that. Okay. And now we're going to see where it fits best there. This is coming out there, somewhere in the middle. Let's bring our pin cushion over, and something like that. Oh, not perfect, but like in the video, you'll see they do make kind of circles on each. I should really do that. It'll fit better. Circles where they're going to meet. flip this over, fit it here. We don't want that to show, so we grab a little wire. That's a short one. A wire, make the tiny L. Put this over it. Put this here. Press it down so it stays. Measure here approximately where it should go. Put this up here, maybe. About there. This paper's a little thicker, so it really depends on the thickness of the paper. And you can always double paper. Sometimes if I really like a color, I have it. It's a thin. Whoa, that's a thin construction paper. I just double it, or put a harder cardstock behind it and glue it with rubber cement. Let it dry, and then cut it as if it's one piece. Okay, there you go. And this is where you can trim little things to make it more pleasing. You can even give her mouth. We'll close over it. Sometimes I do it with the clothes right away, but yeah, because if you're going to dress it, you need to have room for the arms and things like that. Twirl it, press down as you twirl around. It's going to make a wider base so the wire won't slip through.